Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. We're 2 days out from it officially being autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, and so today I am sharing an autumn build. This is the first build of this season for me that is like autumnal inspired this year, but I did do one apartment renovation, but this is the first house and I'm very excited to share it. I've been working on this for weeks. For some reason, it's just taken me a long time to finish, but I really adore how it came out, so I hope you will enjoy it as well. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, but it has like an attic space and a big upstairs like bonus or rumpus room, and it's a fairly big home, and we are building in the world of Copperdale in the autumn. I just thought it would look so pretty here. I was excited to play around with this world in the fall, and so that is what we're going to be building here today. But if you do like this build and you would like to download it, you can go ahead and grab that on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. I'm just so excited for this season to finally be here. It's my favorite time of year. I'm already like sipping apple cider and thinking about going to like fairs and maybe like hay rides and all of the Halloween stuff. I've been looking for Halloween decor and already decorating my space. I have a bunch of little pumpkins on my desk, and I'm just so excited to be into this season, and there'll probably be a lot more like autumn and fall and Halloween builds on the channel, so make sure you leave some comments down below if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see, because I am so down to do some more of this on the channel. It's my favorite type of build to do. But anyway, right here I am trying to figure out the front porch. I really wanted to have these columns from Get Famous because they're really chunky on the bottom, and I just think they're beautiful. They're one of my favorite columns, and I was trying to figure out how to make that work with what fences and all of that. So I did try with these half walls, and I messed around with the windows quite a bit. I had a vague idea of what I wanted this space to look like, but I was just experimenting quite a bit with colors and windows, and the window we actually end up going with in the end is one from Cats and Dogs, and it's one I don't use very often. You'll also see like the color just drastically changing over and over because I couldn't figure out how I wanted this home to look, and now we're adding another section of the house over on this side, which I think looks really cool in the end with the fireplace like going up the center of that side. I just really enjoyed that architectural piece, I suppose, and so I'm trying to change the color of the bricks to coincide with the red that I have there, and then everything's brown and white now, and it will be turning to red and white instead. But I do really like this calming brown color as well. That could have worked, but I was really going for something that screamed autumn, so I decided to go with the red in the end, but the brown could be a nice option as well if you want to change the color of the outside of this house. I wanted it to like have a lot of like fall colors inside and outside, but I didn't want the house to be like spooky or have like a very weird shape that couldn't be used outside of the season, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of colors you could change, and I do end up having like some pumpkins and stuff throughout. But I think a lot of that is easy stuff to fix if you are, you know, living in a different season. Your game is in a different season in game, but it's just really fun to decorate for the seasons. Anyway, placing down some more windows here. I'm using primarily ones from Cats and Dogs, but the ones over by the chimney are from, I believe, University. They're really big, and I thought that they were beautiful on the sides there. Kind of like a statement piece, and then we're figuring out a side yard as well. I thought this was kind of a fun shaped side yard. We have a little opening, and we'll have like a pathway heading over there. There ends up being chickens and an area for some farming, lots of landscaping, grabbing a lot of very fun colored trees, reds and yellows, and just really making this place scream autumn. I haven't had the leaves changing here yet, but soon. It'll be soon. Do you live in an area that it is currently going into fall? Do you like the fall? Do the leaves change in your area? I know some parts of the country it doesn't do much of a change because it's in the warmer climates, but I'd be curious to know because that's always been something that I've experienced. I've lived in New England pretty much my whole life, And we've always had a very drastic change into fall, and it's beautiful here. The colors are so vibrant. Speaking of which, I just changed the colors of this house, and look at the lighting in this world, the bright reds. Oh my goodness. I just really enjoyed that. Also getting some rocks around and doing some more landscaping with like flowers and some like dead bushes and stuff. Trying to blend it into the environment. And also at this point in time, I believe I rotated the lot to be backwards just because the lighting was really weird on this lot. And so for building it, I thought it looked better to just rotate it around, and then I will fix that before I upload it to the gallery. But it doesn't change anything really for the actual build. It just makes it so you can see a little bit better while building. So if you noticed that, that is why. It was just really dark in the shadows on the other side, no matter what time of day I switched it to. So I decided this way would work just fine, and just getting some more plants and stuff. And I should be getting Patchy the Scarecrow as well, because I love adding him outside of like fall homes. He's just so cute. Look at the little pumpkins and the bales of hay. And he's also kind of scary, but he's cool and he can help with your garden. And I did add some gardening stuff here. So he'll be a helpful member to have on this lot. So yeah. Just playing around with these rocks some more, and then we're moving to the side yard, and this is where I'm going to have like a lot more landscaping, as well as those like patches for gardening that came with cottage living. I put those back here. I just thought that they would look really nice, and for some reason I prefer them over the like garden boxes, because up until playing The Sims, I didn't know there was like big garden boxes because I've never known anyone to have them. They just planted stuff directly in the ground. So I, for some reason, really like those better. I have seen flower boxes and like big boxes for gardening now, but I've always just thought they looked a little odd for some reason. And I really like the pattern on this where it's like the different rows to grow all of the crops in. And I just feel like it fits the vibe I wanted for this house a little bit better. So I really enjoy that. And then we're just adding some flooring in here and starting to work on the floor plan, which, oh my goodness, this was a floor plan. What does that mean? I'm going to move around the stairs and cut out stuff, and it'll come together in the end. And the rooms are kind of strange shaped. This is going to be the primary bedroom, and I'm like working on the upstairs area before everything else and trying to figure out where I can fit anything and clicking wrong. And I was originally thinking this was going to be like a 4 or 5 bedroom house, but I changed my mind on what certain rooms were going to be, and it comes together just fine in the end. It was just a little bit of a headache to figure out. Anyway, the downstairs, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll come back to this later. So now we're downstairs trying to figure out the floor plan in here, and I cut part of it out, and we're decorating the kitchen now because it took a very long time to get to this floor plan. And actually, this is my second attempt at decorating the kitchen. I decorated the entire thing, and then I was like, I hate it. And I deleted everything out of the kitchen, and I gave it a second go after like sitting on it for a day. I decorated the kitchen. I wasn't happy with it, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I closed down the game, and the next day I came back, and this is what I came up with on day 2, and I like it so much better. I just think it makes more sense. I had the dining space where the kitchen area is now, and then like the other side of the room is where I had the kitchen, and then I don't know. Everything was opposite of how I have it now, and I just think it makes more sense with this layout, if that makes any sense. I know you can't see what I did, but like I think it looks nice over on this side of the room. And so I'm just trying to extend the tile here, and we have some of these extra cabinets. I also really like what I did with the fridge. You'll see here momentarily. I have like the cabinets wrapping around, but the fridge is like tucked in here. So I'm getting an end counterpiece so that it makes sense there. And I just think it's kind of unique, a different way to wrap it around. So just figuring out where to put the stove and stuff now. And I really liked framing the sink under the window. So that's something I try to do as much as possible in builds. It's not always possible in apartments, but I try to do it in houses at least. And then we're getting some pumpkins here on this little dining table. We have like a very small table in the middle of the kitchen here that I put a couple of stools at. And then on the other side of the room, we end up having like a big dining table for the whole family to sit at, which I think worked out nicely. But this table here is from Tiny Living, and I just end up tucking some stools under here that are not attached because I wanted them to actually be like tucked under the table. So your Sims probably can't actually sit there. It was more of a decoration. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. I just wanted it to look like that. There's lots of seating space for your Sims still in this room though. And then I'm just getting some appliances in here. I'm using primarily base game, base game, fridge, microwave, counters, like all of it is base game. And then decorations are from other packs. But that's just kind of how the color scheme worked out for this kitchen. I think the base game stuff made a little bit more sense. Oh, and then cutting boards. Can't forget those. It's so funny that I've over the years been poked at a little bit like friendly or jokingly been made fun of, but like in a friendly way that I always put the cutting boards. But now like when I don't do it, I get comments about not doing it. I think it's really funny. I think the only time I don't do it now though is if I'm not using Cool Kitchen for some reason, if I'm doing a limited pack build or a base game build. But I just really like them. We need more like wall pieces that don't take up counter space that look nice on kitchen counters. So cutting boards are perfect for that. And I do have my cutting boards like that in my kitchen. They're all leaning against the wall. So just saying. It's something I find very realistic. Anyway, this is the dining space. I'm just using a table and chairs over here from Cats and Dogs. And then I thought about putting a hutch over here, but I ended up putting a side table instead from Seasons, I think, that has plates and stuff in it. And I'm just decorating the top of it with a cross stitch, some more pumpkins, some flowers, and getting, you know, a parenting board up here as well as a little chalkboard. And then I really liked this light from Journey to Batu. For some reason, I just thought it fit nicely in that spot. So I decided to use that. And then we're moving to the front hallway, which I had space for a window seat. Those like curved window seats from Cats and Dogs. I think they look so pretty. And there's a red swatch. So of course I had to use that to stay on theme here. But there's not too much out in this front hallway. There's a couple of seating spaces, a nice little table with a record player and some flowers. We should be getting another chair, over in this corner. So it's more of a conversation space. And that's most of what's in this area. We have some more like artwork and stuff to grab, but I wanted to keep it fairly simple, just decorated enough, but not too busy and cluttered so your Sims couldn't navigate through the area. So just figuring that out, getting the last couple of touches here. Got some plants, and do we hang something on the wall up there? Yes. Oh, the little calendar from Cats and Dogs. I really love that one because it actually looks like the seasons that are associated with, you know, the calendar year. Each pet has one of the colors that looks like it's from a season, whereas the other calendar we have in the game is from Get to Work, and it's supposed to look like hot or buff police officers or men in uniform of some sort. It's a little bit odd. I really wish we had more calendars in the game because we have like buff policeman or cute puppy. I would like an in-between there. Like I feel like it would have been nice with Seasons to get a calendar that was just like pretty flowers and snowflakes and leaves, you know, the simple things you would associate with the different seasons. It'd be nice to get another calendar in the game. If we ever get a clutter kit, which is something that I desperately want, now that the Sims team is like collaborating with people for kits, I'd like to formally, you know, say, hi Sims team, let's work together on a clutter kit and let's add a calendar that is cute and a million other things that I've discussed. That's not going to happen, but that would be a dream come true. Oh my gosh, I would love to have a clutter kit in the game. I've been talking about this for years, originally with the clutter stuff pack, but then stuff packs haven't happened in a while and we have kits now, and I want a clutter kit so bad. If you agree and you would like a clutter kit, what sort of items would you like to see in it? There's only so many things you could have in a kit, but I want it so bad. I think it would be such a cool addition to the game. Anyway, we're getting on a really random tangent now on like a dream that's not going to come true. So moving on to the living room, I really wanted to use these couches from Seasons. I started with this deep purple color and then I started with an orange and then I go to this deep purple color and I changed a couple of different times, but I'm pretty sure I land on the other purple swatch, which is like a pale purple. And I think it's so pretty, and I feel like purple is a very underrated fall color. It looks so pretty, and I don't think it's too over the top autumnal, but I think it looks really nice. Also, I was building this with my best friend over my house, so if you see me randomly pull out items like I just did with that vase with the oranges in it, it was because she was pointing at the screen going, "Ooh, what's that?" So apologies for that. It's been really fun. There's been a couple of builds lately that I was working on when she came over to visit, because she likes to watch and like help pick some stuff out sometimes because she doesn't have all of the packs. And it's been a joy to see the things that she's interested in looking at and the items she wants me to place down, because none of them match, and it's hilarious, and we like joke about it a lot. And I was talking to her, I was like, one of these days I'm gonna have a video, let's do one where like you get to pick out everything. I think it'd be very funny to see how that comes together, and let me know if you want me to record a video with my best friend at some point in time, because she's sometimes over when I'm recording, because you know I just am at home playing The Sims, and why not hang out at the same time. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. But anyway, moving on into the primary bedroom, I am using this bed from Cats and Dogs. I thought about using something a little bit more modern, but the rest of the house felt a little bit more traditional, so I decided to do this. And this room is such a weird shape. I really did not know what to do with it for a very long time, but it comes together in the end. It's just a little bit weird. I did use this rug from Werewolves. I love this rug. I've been using it a lot, but I decided it was more fall colors, but it had a little bit of green in it to tie in the green of the bedspread that I'm using here. And then, of course, getting this painting from Cats and Dogs that has some dogs like in the autumn woods by the water. It's just a really pretty one. And then this wall felt too empty, so I decided to add some more windows here, which is kind of a weird addition. You know, my wall's empty. Let me knock out some holes in it and add some windows. But it's The Sims, and it made sense here, and I like how it looks, and it looked okay on the outside as well. Anyway, over here, after much trial and error, I ended up with a seating space. I'm still not sure if I'm completely happy with this area, but I put so many different things down and deleted all of them too many times that I just needed to pick something. So we end up having a little seating area and a couple of dressers. And then this is going to be a teenager's room, and this is probably my favorite bedroom in the house, although the kids' room we decorate is also really cute. I was very happy with how these rooms came out. So this room, I was thinking that the Sim was into music and also like orange. I thought about having the autumn curtains in here, but I thought that they were just a little bit too on the nose. I really like the ones from Dream Home Decorator. I used them in a recent like autumn apartment build, but for some reason I've never liked the Seasons ones. I just think they're, like I said, a little too on the nose. I don't think they're so cute. They're not as stylized. They're just like, this is a cutout of a leaf. So anyway, this is a very colorful room. We have some like stuff thrown around on the floor, some cute lights over here. I loved the little neon lights that I put all over the wall, and the posters from high school years are just so good. And of course, had to use the mirror from there. I decided on this base game like wardrobe because it's a very narrow space at the end of the bed. And then I really enjoyed scaling down that like wall art piece from Werewolves that has the werewolf holding up the boombox because music. I thought it was really cute. Anyway, this room I was originally thinking was going to be for like 2 kids, but I decided to have it as like a bonus room or rumpus room of some sort instead. So we have like an old couch, like a built-in TV unit. There ends up being a foosball table, and you'll see I keep rearranging the room. I cut some of that out because I just moved it around so many different times, but I was trying to figure out the best way to fit everything in here that I wanted to, and the foosball table made that a little bit difficult. That's actually not a foosball table. Why did I think I put that? The ping pong table made it a little bit difficult to do that. I also added like some more guitar stuff in here, and I thought about having the Void Critter thing, but I decided not to in the end, and it didn't end up working with the personalities I had in mind for these Sims, so I thought it worked out fine. Just getting some more clutter in here, that little beanbag chair piece that we got with high school years, this ottoman from the little campers kits. I just liked the little blanket, and I didn't feel like everything in this room really needed to match a ton. And then just getting a little bit more clutter with a football and a pop-up book. But this is going to be the other kids' room, and oh my gosh, it's like princess vibes. I haven't used this bed much, if at all, since we got it from high school years because it's just so not my style at all. But I decided to go full princess vibes in this room, and I think it's so cute. It's very purple and pink. I thought the curtains worked well. We have like a castle dollhouse and just a little dresser over here. I put a mirror on the wall that has stickers on it, and we have butterflies, and it's just really cute. I really enjoyed this room. It's so not my style, but it's fun to sometimes decorate that way. So I think it's a fun one, and I don't think these are very easy to renovate rooms if you just wanted to change colors, because this one's a very specific style, but you'll probably end up, you know, getting rid of everything out of the bedrooms anyway to customize it for your Sims if you download this house. But I do find it really fun to decorate for personalities for kids and teens. It just adds a lot to the space, in my opinion. And maybe you'll be inspired by the decorations for what Sims you might want to live here if you decide to download. Anyway, the attic space I ended up having as a library. This was in suggestion by my best friend. She was very adamant that the whole attic needed to be filled with bookcases and a couple of chairs. So that's what I did. Anyway, with that, we're going to be heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.